President Biden welcomed House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to the White House on Monday to try and iron out a debt limit deal. Negotiators on both sides reconvened over the weekend as the president made his way home from the G7 summit in Japan. Despite describing talks as productive, McCarthy says he and the president are still apart on the terms of a deal. Over the weekend, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen reiterated June 1st as a hard deadline for Congress to raise the debt ceiling. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang has the latest.
President Biden and Speaker McCarthy met one-on-one this evening, both men hoping for a breakthrough.
We both talked about the need for bipartisan agreement.
Congress must raise the nation's borrowing limit in the next few days or risk the U.S. defaulting on its debts. This afternoon, McCarthy said negotiators were on the right path.
I think we can get a deal tonight, we get a deal tomorrow, but you've got to get something done this week to be able to pass it and move it to the Senate.
Republicans are demanding deep spending cuts in exchange for raising the debt ceiling. Sources tell CBS News the White House has offered to keep spending flat from this year to next. Republicans, they say, want to increase defense spending while cutting everything else by up to 22%.
What they've already proposed is simply, quite frankly, unacceptable.
Economists say failing to reach a deal would be disastrous and lead to a recession.
Everyone's going to get hurt. People who rely on the government for a Social Security check or a payment, or a contractor, they're not going to get paid. We're going to see borrowing costs go up. It's going to get hard to get a loan.
Marilyn Ayers, a Social Security recipient, says she's tired of watching political theater.
I'm angry about it, and I don't think that I deserve that kind of treatment.
A default would make it harder to pay her bills.
They are trying to play games with holding the people hostage that need help with their budget.
And just today, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen issued her starkest warning yet that it is highly likely that the U.S. will default on its bills as early as June 1st if Congress does not raise the debt ceiling. But despite that urgency, Jim, and despite yet another meeting between President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who is speaking at this very moment, tonight, there is no deal.
All right, so let's circle back to that meeting, Weijia. Anything more you can tell us from your reporting? I know these things are fluid, but is there anything else we can extract from the meeting between the president and the speaker?
Well, we know as the meeting began, President Biden expressed optimism. He said that he thought that they would be able to make some progress. And if you will just bear with me for a second, I am getting notes, live notes from our producer who is standing right in front of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who said that the problem is not revenue, the problem is spending. So he is clearly digging in on, his claim that the Republicans are not going to budge if they don't have deeper cuts. Nothing more specific yet to report in terms of what the Republicans want to be cut. He also says that work requirements seem to be a sticking point for Republicans. So these are for programs that are for social safety nets, Medicaid recipients, SNAP recipients, that is formerly known as food stamp recipients. The Republicans want stricter work requirements to say that all these people who receive help from the government should be working more. And that is something that progressives, especially, and President Biden, have said they are really hesitant to do. And in fact, that is exactly why progressives are now very upset that the president was even considering this. And one more thing, I am told that Speaker McCarthy said that the tone tonight was better than any other time that they have had discussions. So that is productive, and that is moving the goalpost, at least in terms of how productive these two leaders can be. Because, Jim, as we know, there are just 10 days left to reach a deal, and of course, a lot is on the line.
We're really getting a sense here, Weijia, of just how fluid things are. You're actually updating as we are reporting and as we're on the air. So really get a sense of sort of just how quickly things are developing in these negotiations. So at this point, House Democrats have signed a discharge petition to force a vote. They're calling for the president to invoke part of the 14th Amendment. So lots of ideas, but are these actually viable?
Well, you know, if you ask the president and the Treasury Secretary, they don't even agree on the 14th Amendment. For example, President Biden says it is something that he is considering, but he also acknowledged that because this is uncontested before, that the move would likely end up in court. And that would have to play out, probably not in time to avoid a default, because, again, there are only so many days between now and June 1st. But Yellen poured water on the idea over the weekend, saying that it's, you know, doesn't look like it's feasible because they really have to get Congress to do this. And they don't want to take those measures that have not been tested. And so it seems like there's progress, but Jim, until we have an agreement, we don't, which is why the urgency is so tangible here tonight at the White House.
Weijia Jiang with reporting that is literally breaking as we're on the air. Thanks so much for bringing us up to date. We really appreciate it, Weijia.
Thanks, Jim.